They look like innocent, pint-sized angels. Sweet, cuddly, lap-sized companions with those big, expressive eyes. But every Chihuahua owner knows the truth. They know what lurks beneath that fragile exterior. Inside that tiny 5-pound body lives a feisty, fearless, and frankly ferocious warrior, ready to take on the world. But why? What is the secret trigger that transforms this into this? What is the truth behind the tiny demon inside every Chihuahua? Today, we're exposing it all. We're getting into the psychology of the world's smallest dog to uncover what fuels their infamous attitude, how their outsized confidence gets them into so much trouble, and most importantly, what's really going on in that apple-shaped head. This isn't just about bad dogs. It's about understanding one of the most misunderstood breeds on the planet. Let's be honest, the stereotype exists for a reason. We've all seen it. The snarling, the growling, the high-pitched, furious barking directed at a dog 10 times its size. They've been nicknamed ankle biters, and some owners will tell you their chi rules the household like a tiny Napoleon. It's a walking contradiction. One minute they're a trembling, quivering mess, and the next they're launching a full-scale attack on the mail carrier. This demon persona is so well known it has a colloquial name, small dog syndrome. It's a label used to describe a collection of behaviors like obnoxious barking, nipping, and a general big dog attitude. But here's the first myth we need to bust. This isn't a syndrome they're born with, or some formal medical condition. More often than not, it's a set of learned behaviors that grow from a few core and very understandable root causes. The aggression we see is rarely about dominance for the sake of it. It's almost always a reaction. So what are they reacting to? The answer begins with their size. Imagine navigating a world where almost everything, people, furniture, other animals, is gigantic and potentially threatening. This is the daily reality for a Chihuahua. Most canine aggression across all breeds actually stems from fear. When a dog feels threatened and cornered, their instinct is fight or flight. For a Chihuahua who knows they can't outrun much, the fight response often becomes their go-to defense mechanism. Their small size makes them incredibly vulnerable, and they know it. A wobbly toddler who just wants to play can feel like a genuine threat to a dog with delicate bones. This is a huge reason why, despite being loving companions, they often do better in homes without very young children. That ferocious bark and those bared teeth. More often than not, it's a desperate attempt to make a scary thing go away. It's not rage, it's raw, unfiltered fear. They aren't trying to be demons. They're trying to survive in a world that wasn't built for them. The second piece of the puzzle is their history. Chihuahuas were bred for one primary purpose: companionship. They are hardwired to bond deeply with their people, often singling out one person as their absolute favorite. This intense loyalty is one of their most beloved traits, but it has a flip side. That loyalty quickly turns into fierce protectiveness. When a Chihuahua sees a stranger approaching you, they don't see a new friend. They see a potential threat to their pack leader. They become vigilant little watchdogs, ready to sound the alarm at any perceived danger, no matter how big or small the intruder. This protective instinct is often misinterpreted as pure aggression. They aren't just being randomly mean. They are, in their own minds, defending their family. This also explains their territorial nature. They will guard their favorite person, their bed, or their toys with a surprising level of ferocity because in their world, these things are precious resources tied to their safety and their bond with you. If you're finding this breakdown helpful and starting to see your own tiny demon in a new light, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're all about helping owners understand their dogs better, and your support helps us keep making these guides. Here's the part that can be tough to hear. A huge part of a Chihuahua's demon behavior is our fault. Think about it. When a German Shepherd puppy growls or jumps on someone, training starts immediately. But when a 1-pound Chihuahua does it, what do? We laugh, we think it's cute. We might even show our friends how feisty our little dog is. This is the core of small dog syndrome. We let them get away with behaviors we would never tolerate in a larger dog. We scoop them up at the first sign of trouble instead of teaching them how to handle a situation. We treat them like accessories or toys, not like actual dogs who need rules and boundaries. This lack of training and inconsistent rules creates confusion and anxiety. The dog doesn't understand who the leader is, so they feel they have to take charge to feel safe, leading to behaviors like resource guarding and possessiveness. On top of that, a lack of proper socialization is a massive contributor. Many owners are afraid to let their tiny pup interact with bigger dogs, fearing they'll get hurt. But this overprotectiveness backfires. A puppy's critical socialization window is in the first few months of life. If they aren't exposed to different sights, sounds, people, and other calm, friendly dogs during this time, they grow up believing that anything unfamiliar is something to be feared. We inadvertently create a nervous, reactive dog because we were trying to keep them safe. So if you're living with a tiny terror, is it a lost cause? Absolutely not. The good news is that because these behaviors are mostly learned, they can be unlearned. The key is to stop seeing them as a demon and start seeing them as a dog in need of confident leadership. First, rule out any medical issues. Pain from things like dental problems or an injury can cause sudden aggression. A vet check is always the first step. Next, focus on training, just as you would with a large dog. Basic commands like sit, stay, and come aren't just tricks. They establish a clear structure and show your dog that you are the calm, consistent leader they can rely on. When a dog knows you have things under control, their anxiety plummets. Positive reinforcement is your best friend. Forget punishment or scolding, which will only increase their fear and anxiety. Instead, reward calm, quiet behavior with treats, praise, or a favorite toy. This teaches them that good things happen when they are relaxed. Socialization needs to be done carefully and correctly. This doesn't mean throwing them into a chaotic dog park. It means controlled, positive introductions to calm dogs and new people from a safe distance. The goal is to slowly build their confidence and create positive associations. And finally, respect their nature but don't coddle it. Provide them with a safe space, like a cozy bed or crate, where they can retreat when they feel overwhelmed. Don't constantly carry them, as this can make them more fearful of things on the ground. Let them be dogs. They need about 30 minutes of exercise and play a day to burn off energy and stay healthy. The tiny demon inside every Chihuahua isn't a demon at all. It's a complex mix of fear, fierce loyalty, and learned behaviors often enabled by the humans who love them most. That outsized attitude is a defense mechanism for a small dog trying to navigate a giant world. They aren't naturally aggressive. They are intelligent, charming, and incredibly loving companions who are eager to please. By swapping punishment for patience, and by providing the structure, training, and confident leadership they desperately need, you can tame the so-called demon and reveal the devoted, wonderful companion that was there all along. You don't have a tiny monster. You have a tiny dog with a massive heart who is counting on you to be their safe harbor. Now I want to hear from you. What's the most demon-like thing your Chihuahua has ever done? Share your stories in the comments below, and let's celebrate the big personalities of these little dogs together.